Welcome. Today, you're going to learn how to create surveys for your campaigns in your Mailblaze account. Surveys are a great tool to gather feedback and get input from your community of subscribers. To create a survey, you need to be clear on the purpose of your survey, have your questions at hand, and access to your Mailblaze account. Let's create a survey together. Once you log into your account, you'll navigate to the survey menu item in the main navigation bar. You'll now be in the survey section of your account where any previous surveys will appear. Click on the Create New button to create a new survey. Let's create a survey together. To start, we're going to give our survey a name. Next, you'll see we can set the Use On item to pick whether we want to create a web-based survey or an email survey. These are the two types of surveys that are currently available within the platform. We'll want to select the web survey option if we want to create a survey that appears on a standalone web page. This survey gives us the freedom to ask multiple questions in different question formats. Once we created this survey, we'll be able to add the survey link to a button or a hyperlink in our campaigns and direct our subscribers to it. The other type of survey is an email survey or in-email survey. The email survey option only allows us to ask one singular question to our subscribers, which they will be able to answer within their inbox. A lot of people use this kind of survey to get feedback on their client's customer experience as an example. You can only use a multiple-choice question or a star rating-based question in this survey format. Let's move on. We're going to now set the status of our survey. We recommend keeping your survey to the default pending status until you are ready to move forward. Now let's add our survey description. We like to add our specific survey goal here to help us remember what we were looking to achieve. Let's create a web survey first as it has the most customization option in terms of questions. As shown, once we've clicked on the Create New button, we're able to start naming our survey. We'll name it our first web survey for now. Now we will choose Web from the drop-down options under Used On. We'll keep our status as pending and add a goal as the description for this video. Now we can click on the Save and Next button and get started on our survey design. You'll be directed to the survey template area where you can choose between layouts, template library, or previous surveys. There are two layouts we can choose from, or we could use one of the available templates from the template library to start creating our survey. We're going to use this design for now just so we can take you through the survey builder. Once we've picked our design, it will automatically generate the design in the survey design pane. Now let's customize our survey. We'll use the same process of dragging and dropping content blocks that we use when we're creating our email campaigns. If you'd like a refresher on how to use the Content, Structure, Pre-Built, and Settings tabs, watch our video about how to create a template first. If you are starting from scratch, you'll start by dragging your survey block from your Page Elements section into your design editor. Once you've done this, you'll see that the new Questions section appears with all the question types you can use. You can create different question formats such as multiple choice, checkboxes, star rating, drop-downs, text box, date and time, and lastly, gate-based questions. The type of questions you need to ask should lead your choice of question type here. Let's take a closer look at each question type. First, we'll drag and drop the multiple choice question box. In the right-hand panel of the survey builder, we're able to add all the radio options for this kind of question. Recipients are presented with these options to choose an answer from. We can also give them the opportunity to select Other as an answer and then fill out a text block if they don't want to choose any of the radio options we provided. When setting up your questions, you'll see that you can make any question type required, which means that your subscribers will have to answer the question to be able to submit the survey. If the required box is not ticked, the subscriber can simply leave the question unanswered. Next, we'll add a checkbox-based question. Checkbox questions work the same as multiple-choice questions but differ in one way. When you use the multiple-choice question, your audience will only be able to select one of the options as their answer to your question. If you use a checkbox question, however, they are able to select more than one of the checkboxes as their answer. Let's go ahead and fill out our checkbox options here. Now let's look at the star rating question. We'll drag and drop the star rating block where we need it and then type in our question in the right-hand panel. In the star rating design settings, we can change the star design to better suit our needs and match our overall design. There are quite a few design options that include a simple star, a rounded star, a star emoji, a standard emoji, and a star with a rating. Just below this setting, you can set the size of the rating element that you've chosen, and you can adjust it by choosing from small, medium, and large. You can now change the question copy here and even add some hint text. Hint text is guiding text that your subscriber sees, which helps them answer your questions. In our example here, a commonly used star rating question is on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. Would you recommend us to your friends or colleagues? To view the hint text, simply click on the preview and hover over the exclamation mark next to the question. Drop-down questions are closed-ended questions that allow respondents to choose one answer from a list of choices presented in a drop-down menu style. You can also remove any of these by clicking on the little trash icon. We can click and type our questions and add more on the right by clicking on the plus sign or the Add New options. Let me show you how this works. In the question, let's type "How old are you?" and add some hint text here too. Type your age should do it. Now we'll click on the plus signs here and add in some age ranges. We're not going to spend time adjusting the margin now. If you want to see this in action, click on the preview button and see how it looks like. You'll see there's an exclamation mark next to this question, and if we hover over it, you'll see the hint text we added. Next, let's look at the text box question. Let's quickly remove the pre-built questions here. Text box question is one of the most commonly used survey fields, especially if you would like to get more in-depth feedback from your audience. If you use a text box question, it's a good idea to add placeholder text to your open text fields as it will help your audience to respond more effectively. You could also use hint text or a combo of both, depending on your survey content or topic. In the options section, you could add how many rows you want for the text box. Just click the plus and minus signs as shown here. Lastly, let's use the date and time question. This question type asks respondents to enter a date and time. Let's drag and drop the date and time block in the survey and click on the preview. This could be really useful if you're planning an event and want to see what date and time would be suitable to host it. Once you click on the blank area here, the calendar will pop up and your audience will be able to choose a date and time as their answer. The date question block works exactly the same, but your audience will only need to select a date in their answer. Now that you're familiar with the question blocks, let's take a look at another great feature of the Survey Builder, the question bank. As we are always looking to help our clients grow, we've put together pre-written questions you can use in your surveys under 5 categories, namely previously used questions, customer satisfaction, events, customer feedback, as well as market research. This is a great starting point for you if you're feeling a bit uninspired. All you need to do is click on the plus sign next appropriate question category, and the question will be added to your survey. You can move it where you need to, and you'll still be able to update and customize the question as needed. You should be a pro at creating your web-based survey. Once you're happy with the final design, you can go ahead and click on the Save and Next button. You'll see once you save your survey that you get a confirmation screen with the summary of your survey. Here you can copy the published URL link. You'll want to save this link somewhere or just copy it and open the link in another browser tab. To finish, click on the Complete Survey button. Let's look at how to add the survey link to your campaign before we get familiar with the in-email survey type. To incorporate our survey link into our campaigns, we need to first go to the Campaigns section of our account. Click on Campaigns and then click on the draft campaign that you'd like to add this survey to. Once you're in the Design section, you can either add the link as a hyperlink or add it to a button. To add the survey as a hyperlink, add some text or select text in the text editor, then click on the Insert option. Now you will simply scroll down until you see Surveys, and you can just choose the correct survey. The link will be added to your text editing box where you can now edit the display text. As an example, let's type "Complete the survey" here and then just leave the link type, protocol, and URL as it is. You have the option to tick the Remove Underline Styling and click on OK if you'd like. If you'd like to add the survey to a button, which is what we recommend, you just need to create a button where it makes sense in your campaign and paste the link here. Now let's look at how you create an in-email survey. In-email surveys allows you to place one question within your email campaign that is answerable within the email environment. To start, we'll go back to the survey menu from the main navigation and click on the Create New button. Now we will name our survey and select email from the Used on drop-down item. We have the option to make it active after we finish the setup, pending or inactive if we're not ready to send the survey yet, or if we want to edit it some other time. The next item is the description of your survey. As previously mentioned, we recommend adding the goal of the survey as your description. This is not visible to your subscribers. Now we can click on the Save and Next button to go on to the next section. In the template section, you can select the layout of your survey. You'll see it looks a bit different from the options we had when we chose the web survey. There is only one pre-built layout available here with 2 questions. Just remember that you can only have one question. You can pick between having a multiple-choice question or a star rating question. Be aware that email surveys don't need a structure element, as the survey is imported into the campaign's desired structure. We'll use the star rating question for this example. Let's ask, rate the experience you've had with Outteam from 1 to 5 stars, 5 being good and 1 being very poor. Now that we're happy with our question and its formatting, we can click on the Save and Next button. We'll see the survey confirmation section, which shows us the survey name, used on, the number of questions, as well as the estimated time it will take for a subscriber to complete the survey. Because we're happy with our survey question, and we've double-checked that our survey settings are correct, we can click Complete Survey to activate our survey. An additional feature that in-email surveys have is the ability for you to design a thank you page once the subscriber has submitted their answer to your question. To design a thank you page, you click on the cogwheel next to your survey in the main survey menu and click on Design Thank You. You can now design a thank you page that your subscriber will be directed to once they click the answer they want to choose for your question. You will see that you have the same content blocks available to you that you are used to having. You can preview your design and save it when you are happy with it. Now that our in-email survey question is active, we just need to add it to a campaign. We'll navigate to the campaign section in the main navigation menu and click on the draft campaign that we'd like to add this survey to. We need to add our question directly into the campaign, unlike before where we just added a link to the survey. When you're in the email editor, you'll see we now have another section named Survey appear below our Page Elements options. This will only appear if we've set our survey to active. Just like we just drag in our content blocks where we need them, we'll drag the survey block where we want it in our campaign. We can set a few things here, but we would have done most of our design work already in the survey builder. Now we can send ourselves a test by clicking on the Preview Testing button here. Now just add the email address you want the test email to go to. You can see that your campaign now contains an in-email question. Now you'll make any other campaign changes you need and click on the Save and Next button like you normally would when creating your campaign. Once you send your campaigns, you'll want to allow some time for your subscribers to answer your question or complete your web survey. When some time has passed, you can go back to the main survey section. At a glance, you will see how many people have completed your survey by looking at the status of the survey here. You can see that there has been 3 answers to this web survey. To get to the survey report, you just click on the cogwheel icon and click on View Report. You will see the summary and details of the survey for each question. The data will appear in a different format depending on the type of question that you used. Just like you can export campaign data, you can export your survey data into a CSV file by clicking on the Export Stats button. You're now equipped to send out surveys using Mailblaze. Thank you for supporting Mailblaze and learning more about how to use our platform. We want to help you grow, so if you get stuck at any point in time, please reach out to our support team via chat or by emailing support@mailblaze.com.